I got my start in the political space because I called out my own side. I was a Democrat for 20 years and I saw cancel culture happen right in front of me and I didn't like it. And I called them out and I said, no, this is unacceptable. These are not my values. I will not align with you anymore. And now, for the last 2 years, I've been watching this cancel culture on the right getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And what the right used to do is they would direct it at first they directed it at their political enemies on the left. Okay, I actually have much less of a problem with that. Even though I don't like cancel culture, I have much less of an issue with it being directed at the left than I do them creating the little circular firing squad that they've now created. So first they directed it at the left. And then they started directing it at people who didn't pass their moral purity test. So very early on, and this was back in 2021, right after Joe Biden took office, the political right started canceling LGBT people who were on the political right. We're not talking about leftists. We're talking about conservatives who happen to be gay or lesbians or bi or trans. There was a whole phase in the political right where there were discussion after discussion and show after show after show where they were like, LGBTQ is not allowed in the MAGA movement. Get the F out. That's not an exaggeration. That happened. And then they kicked out all the libertarians. And this was after, a year that I had been touring around the country, mingling mostly with people in the MAGA movement, where they were saying, oh, yeah, we just believe in freedom and individual liberty. And really, we're more libertarian, but the Libertarian Party is really woke. So we can't, they're just not going to work. And we believe in liberty. This is the Liberty Party. The Republicans are the Liberty Party. Well, guess what happened after Joe Biden took office? There were weeks at a time where Twitter would be overrun with, conservatives are not libertarians. Libertarians need to GTFO out of our party. And now they're turning on each other. For the last month, I have seen conservative influencer after conservative influencer after conservative influencer canceled by people on their own team. And guess who they're canceling? They're not canceling the authoritarians. They're canceling the activists. They're canceling the people who are actually trying to build things, who are actually trying to do things in the world, who are trying to create culture. They're going after them. The last podcast I did was about how Tim Pool got canceled by his own audience. Now, Tim Pool is not a conservative, but he panders to conservatives. He got canceled by his own audience. Now, people are going to say, Tim Pool's a millionaire. He's making all this money. He absolutely did not get canceled. He absolutely did get canceled. He got canceled until he bent the knee and apologized and then did what the woke mob wanted him to do. And because he did what the woke mob wanted him to do, he's been granted a reprieve. But he will be canceled again and again and again and again until he learns that you do not bend the knee to the mob ever. I wonder if anyone on the conservative right is going to be brave enough to call out the bad behavior on their side, because they are destroying themselves. And it's sickening. It's sickening to watch this. And I think it's sickening for a lot of normal people that just want to essentially be able to live their lives without interference. I think it's sickening for a lot of normal conservatives to look at this and go, what the hell are you idiots doing? But they won't say anything. In the last podcast, again, the one about Tim Pool getting canceled by his own audience, we talked about how the most powerful people in any social system are the ones who are expressive, the ones who speak up. And it doesn't matter if you have a big platform. It doesn't matter if you have a big audience. It doesn't matter if you have 3 followers or 1 million. If you are not speaking up, then you have no power in the situation. And let me tell you what, influencers absolutely listen when their audience speaks up. The problem is the audiences of these people are telling them that they want to form woke cancel mobs because they are only hearing from the most toxic element of their audience. Influencers follow what people tell them to do. because they know that's the only way they're going to make money. And influencers are driven by money. Make no mistake. You guys want to throw out the label of grifter, 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 grifter. They're all doing it to make money. They don't even hide it. They brag about it. So if you want them to change their behavior, if you want them to stop canceling each other, then you need to tell them that. And if you're not willing to tell them that, then you get what you deserve.